One of the most important lessons in life that you should know is to remember to have an attitude of gratitude, of humility. Understand where the gift comes from. It's not mine, it's been given to me by the grace of God. Use what I have, use what you have to help others. You know, on your last day, you can't take it with you.
Yes, that is true.
But you can leave it here.
Howdy. So, as you might have noticed, for this series, Blood is Bond, I did not do the video lessons that I did for the first series when I donated. That series, if you're interested in seeing those videos, that series is titled Thicker Than Water. The reason why is because I just did not have the same fears and anxieties, and usually when I have these fears and anxieties, I treat these video diaries more as like a therapy session. So for this series, Blood is Bond, it was more about showing the adventure of donating this time around in Florida, actually. But there is a lesson, and I'll try to make this under 30 minutes. But before I do the lesson, I do want to share my thank yous for everyone that I encountered on this adventure. I actually had to write this down because I just did not want to miss out on anyone. So first and foremost, I have to thank Anne. I just tell her about these adventures and she's just like, okay, whatever. And she just puts it on her calendar and she jumps on the plane with me and we just travel. I absolutely love that about her. That's the best thing. I'm still trying to get her to come swim with sharks with me. We'll see how that goes, but she's always down to travels, which I love, by the way. So I have to thank Anne right off the bat. I want to give a huge thank you to everybody at NMDP. I'm actually wearing this shirt right now. Boom. Make sure this doesn't mess up the microphone. Thank you more specifically to Kelsey and Kim, who helped with all the logistics that happened behind the scenes, which is like getting the plane, the hotel, the car service, having all of that organized. I greatly appreciate that because once I land, everything's already organized for me and it's a very smooth process. So thank you very much to Kelsey and Kim for that. For the amazing spaces that we had a chance to stay. Thank you to everybody at the Opal Grand Resort. What an what an amazing opportunity. What a gorgeous space it was. So thank you very, very much for that. And also thank you to Rosemary and David, the Airbnb that we stayed in right after that, where it was super beautiful and comfortable, and they're so conversational and warm and welcoming and gave us so many great ideas and perspectives and so many cool things to do in Florida. So thank you very much, Rosemary and David. Thank you to the nurses who were hysterical. And I have a huge fear of needles, and they made that process so easy and comfortable. They're very accommodating for me. Even Renee and Beth, who like actually watched me levitate as they were putting the needles inside of me. So thank you very much for just being so cool with that and like allowing me to freak out on you a bit. Christina with the pink nails, super funny. Thank you for the laughs. James, who I think Renee called the King of Heat, who gave me all these like hot packets to just keep me super warm and wicked comfortable. And Z, the concierge that was attending to me and who was like would ask me several times if I needed help because I'm so prideful that I'm always afraid to ask for help. And she said something that really stuck out to me. She said, yeah, I get that, Kibbs. Like sometimes it hurts me to ask for help. And I could really relate to that. So she would really go out of her way to ask me several times. And then it was after the second or third time that I would say, yes, I do need help with X, Y, and Z. So thank you all for making that such a warm and comfortable and just an incredible space for me. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And of course, I hate the term old friends because I feel like these friendships are like everlasting. To the friends that I made, the friends I'd known before, Yvonne, who's always a riot, always an adventure, so silly, all over the place. So nice to meet up with you in Florida. Actually, it was so amazing to see you. And Z, we met up at the farmers market on Sunday. It was just so wicked to just walk around and catch up and just relax and calmly enjoy life. And also the friends that we bumped into actually through Yvonne and his craziness. So Andrea and Shake, it was awesome to meet you. And I'm hoping I get to bump into you again when Ann and I hit up Florida, hopefully very soon. Those are my thank yous, and I apologize if I missed anybody. So thank you everyone for everything in case I missed anyone. The lesson I actually have is more for my students, and this lesson stems from a conversation with my mentor, hence why I've titled this video, My Cup Runneth Over. I was telling Jay recently that I'm so grateful when I have this opportunity to give and to serve and to just volunteer, whether it's my time or in this case, like quote unquote, my body, like giving plasma, because I can be extremely rigid and I'm very compartmentalized. I'm very scheduled and I'm more about like checking off tasks. I will explain this more when I do the video that I owe you, the how to schedule video. I promise you that video will be done this week. I'll explain why it's taken a while in that video. But I can be so compartmentalized, and Jay is so much more, Jay, my mentor, he's so much more giving and open, and he just lives with his hands open. And I thought that was just such a beautiful way of living life. And I was telling Jay that like when I donated the first time, I was very nervous about it because I'm just not that kind of giving. I'm a very selfish, I could be quite ingrown into myself, not in a negative way, but I'm just so focused on my task and my goals that anything that is not inside of what I need to accomplish, I won't even consider. And Jay's so different, where he'll just make time and go out of his way and make an effort for anyone and everyone. And I was telling Jay that I think the reason why we did so well in the campaign with Destiny this year to send her off to Spain is because I'm opening my hands up more. And it started when I donated the very first time. And now I'm just trying, and I really want to emphasize the word trying, because I can really easily get back into my pattern of being a person who focused on a to-do list as opposed to a to-be list. And the more I feel like I'm opening up my hands, the more I feel like my cup runneth over, like I'm having an abundance of blessings and all these great people are coming to my life. All these great experiences are happening. So if I could leave any lesson to you students without this video being the usual 10 to 15 minutes, I'm going to try to wrap it up here. I will urge you, I'll never force you. Obviously, you are an autonomous human being. You do what you wish. Freedom is responsibility. But what I'm learning for myself, and I'm hoping this lesson resonates, is that I'm discovering the more I go out of my way for other people, the more people are doing that for me. And all of these great things are just coming to me. I don't have to chase them anymore. It seems like I'm attracting them, the law of attraction, so to say, because my hands are just open. So it's much easier for me to receive them as opposed to before where my hands were so closed and I was so focused on doing my own thing that I wasn't able to receive all of these great things that are in this world. I'll wrap this up here because I'm trying my best to not talk your ears off anymore. Anne told me I was boring. She's wrong. But I am just extremely grateful for all of these experiences. And I am trying my best to make sure I verbalize my gratitude, simply because you don't know who needs to hear it, for one. And secondly, I never know how long I'm here. So I just want to make sure I just put all the good things out there. I just want to put all the good things out there. That's it. I'm going to wrap this up here so it's not 25 minutes. Vibe.
from my troubles and my sins.